Okay, closing this one. So I need one machine for mainly for a backup practice. I need a 2003 server. I'm running currently. It's a 2 GB RAM. I put it. Not required. Actually, 1 GB is also enough for 512 also. Okay, no problem. But it's okay. We will use 2 GB. Only one system only, no. So
So recording.
yeah, recording started recording. Okay. So why I'm using 2003? Because what I want to do, that I want to show backup types. I want to show you backup types. Okay. So different type of backups are there. To practically see that backups, only 2003, mainly XPR 2003 has those backup types. The 2003 is a self service. 2003 itself is server. So complete options will be available. But if you take after 2003, means 2008 and 2012, has a backup server name is there, role is there, and installing backup, and that is not in the pattern. So uh, actually the types of backups, we can't see what is the meaning of the type of backups, how to do this kind of stuff is easily understand in a 2003. Okay. So I use Windows Server 2003 for this practical. So first of all, type of backups are normal backup, normal, or also we can call as a full backup. Okay, normal backup or a full backup means complete data backup. Once you've done a complete backup, then you can do incremental backup. You can do incremental backup. Okay, so this is a main two parts of backups, but we have a total five type of backups are there: incremental backup, normal backup, copy backup, incremental backup, differential backup, differential backup, daily backup. Okay, daily backup. So these are the five types of backups are there, and also one more plus one type of thing is there, that is called schedule backup. Okay, we can schedule the backup. Whatever the backup you take it, you can schedule the backup based on that it will work. So totally five type of backups. What are the backup types? Normal backup, copy backup, incremental backup, differential backup, and daily backup. Okay, my server is started. Yeah, it is started. So it is so very dull screen. But so 2003, the compatible version is XP. So admin at the rate 123. Is it? Yeah. Okay, this is I made a setup. This is a server manager. You can see server manager. I created so many years back. Okay, CMS project means when I working with the CMS in contract based time. That time means 2016 or 17 time I created this one. Okay, and it contains already it is I think a domain controller. It is or not. We have to check it. Like go to command prompt, type command net account. Yeah, it is a primary domain controller. Okay. Yeah, you can use so many things like a ns lookup, ns lookup. Mm, okay, I didn't configure properly that other things. Okay, leave it, guys. Here it is. My computer. I think we need a magnifier for this one. So not this one. This one. Uh, okay, I have a few drives here, like a C drive, D drive, E drive. Okay. Okay, I have a E drive, and E drive having some data here. Okay, and there is some data I created. F drive is also F drive for a backup purpose. C drive just operating system. So then I created a two drives. Two drives are there. So one is 4 GB, another one is I added a 60 GB extra hard disk. I added. So these two are one disk, and this is a extra hard disk. The place it will occupy, and it occupy RAM is also very less. Basic practice you can use like a domain controller, domain centrist, um, web servers. So basic things you can able to practice more. Even if you have a 32-bit, 64-bit and all, less RAM capacities, wonderful things we can able to do it. Very less roles also. Okay. So E drive is my data drive. Just for example, F drive is my backup drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to E drive. I delete whatever the data is there. I will delete it from here. A shift deleted, completely deleted. And this is the 2 or 8 here. So I'm also deleting this one, so because I don't need these things. It will confuse the name part. Okay. Still there are a lot of things historically stores, but it's confused part. Okay. So we'll see the one by one part. Okay. First of all, I'm going to create a folder. Just I'm creating a folder. Folder name is I'm putting data one, data A or something. We can able to put it. Just a folder, and I'm also creating a files here. First, I'm creating a three files. F1. Why it is happen? Extension problem. Okay. .txt. It is. And while I renaming it, while I remain renaming it, it is happen like that. Okay. Better to use command prompt for this one to create a files, because it is quite easy. Okay. Now this is a F1 file. I put a this is F1 file. Okay. Exit, save. That is easy. So this is F2 file. Create some file with the data kind of stuff. So then it is always better. Will okay. These three files, and if you observe here, attributes are showing a. It is means archive attribute. A means archive attribute. If you make a file as a read-only file, for example, properties, and I make this one as a read-only file. Apply. Okay. Can you see R? R is a read-only attribute. Attribute is R for read-only. Okay. If you hide it, then H will come up. If you hide, you will get H. HA means it is a hidden file. Okay. So this is a archive attribute. A means archive attribute. Okay. To make it lesser, you can see this is archive attribute. Now, first one is you have to take a backup, right? So we have to take a backup, and I have to store the backup in different locations. So how to go to backup? Here we don't have any smart searches and all. Okay. So in Windows we have a lot of such kind of stuff. So there is a two ways. All programs. You want to access the programming programs also, like you have to access from here only. Okay. So you can go to accessories, system tools, backup. This is the location. Okay. Otherwise you can directly go to this is administrative tools, Active Directory users and computers. Okay, this is administrative tools. This is a system tool. Backup is a system tool, not in a Active Directory part or any other part. Okay, just to show you how 2003 is the light. For that at that time I created. But what is advantage is a backup is advantage for me. Okay, so backup. This is the backup wizard. Start always start with the wizard mode. Check mark is there. Next, backup files and settings. Okay, first one is backup files and settings. You want more closer, then you can see backup. Now want to take a backup. Next, all information on this PC. No. So let me choose. I will choose what to take a backup. Next. Now you can see there is a so many things are coming here. So my computer, E drive, and I select data one. I select data one. If I selected a data one means all files are selected. So this is the directory wise I'm taking the vector. So what are the data one contains, all the files are will be selected. Okay, next. Okay, where you want to store the data, where you want to store the data. You can store the data in any place, but I have a F drive. So C drive is a system drive, D drive is a CD drive, E drive actually data is located there only. F drive is a separate drive. Okay, like this. And the file format is in a BKF format. Backup files in this operating system and world operating system, they show as a BKF files. So F drive. So first backup. So when you do backup, so you can give the backup name directly. When you do backup, you can give backup name directly, or you can use a date and time in a backup also. Like when you taken the backup, so that date or a date and time you can both you can able to take it. But when you put a date, always put it in a reverse mode. Reverse mode. First year should be there, then month, then date. Why? What is today's 21? So like this one. 2021 year, 4 month, and 21 is date. Okay. So this is date, and you can give date and leave also, no problem. You can give date and leave. Give a date and next also, no problem, because by date you will know what is the date. So then in a date pattern only you can see the last backups. You can see the last backups based on the date only. Okay, but we are need to understand more. Just we are not just in a backup. We have to understand the things. First type of backup is normal backup. Okay, it's the first type of backup is a normal backup, and this is the date. Next. Okay, next. If you finish means what you done, no one knows. Just it won't work. Okay, so you have to go to advanced. Then it is showing normal, copy, incremental, differential, and daily. Okay, so this is a normal backup. What is a normal backup? You have to see. It's a normal backup, but thing is, you have to write the normal. What is a normal backup, right? So, what is a normal backup? Mm, so already I told we can get it from anything, right? So backs up. I think it is little bit better. Backs up selected files and marks each each file as backup backed up. Okay? Upload is not there. Okay, in Telugu anything is there, in our Indian languages anywhere you can there. So normal backup or a full backup. It's like a full backup type. Okay, backups selected files and marks each file as a backup. So what are the different type of backups? So what is this copy backup? Okay, important thing is knowing what is the those backup. I will show you only. I will try to show you only two backups. Copy backup. So what is this copy backup? It will backs up selected files, files, but does not mark any as backed up. Next one is incremental backup. I will show you that how it is marking kind of stuff. But I need a statements to write. Backs up selected files only if they were what happened created or modified since since the previous backup. Right, this is I got understand now. This should be this side. Now it will be work. This should not be auto screen. Where see this without seeing we can't type now since the previous backup. Uh, Two more backups are there. That is differential backup. Differential backup is look very big one. We can't copy from there to here. Backs up selected files. What happened? Went to backside. Backup file went to backside. Okay, backs up the selected files only if they were created or modified since the previous backup. Both statements are same, but only difference is it won't mark, but does not mark them as backed up. Backs up only files that backs up only files that where just I'm trying to where created or modified today. So what is it is daily backup. Okay, so this is a daily backup. One more is there. That's a scheduled one. So I will be there. I will show you that. Yes, what is these things? Why it is marked? It is showing. So canceling. I'm canceling the backup, and I will tell you one by one explanation. So if you see, it is this is the attributes, archive attributes. When I create a file, automatically this archive attribute is appear. If I do full backup, what it will do? It remove this archive attribute. If any file having a archive attribute, it means it is not at backup or a modification is done after some backup. Okay, some backup. Okay, already done backup, but there is a modification, latestly some backup. It means this file is for backup, means we have to take the backup. Okay, this is we can take the backup. If archive attribute is not there, it means those files not meant for a backup, not meant for backup. Okay, so when you do first normal backup, what happen? In normal backup, it remove these archive attributes, so next time you're taking a backup, it will check the archive attribute. If it is any file having an archive attribute, it will take that file backup only. Remaining files, it won't take it. Okay, next, incremental backup. So here, what is a differential backup and an incremental backup? The common point I want to tell it is, for example, I have a data and I taken a data. So for example, this data size is 5 GB. So I took a full backup, 5 GB. Now there is a 1 GB data is added after taking a full backup. 1 GB data is added. Now again, I'm taking complete backup. So the total size is now 6 GB. In my backup location, I have a 5 GB data, 6 GB data. Now after next week, I added another 1 GB data. Now taken complete backup. Again, this is become 7 GB. So in your backup location, compared to your original location, your backup location has so much of data. Okay, compared to original location, your backup location has so much of repeated data is there. Means 5G, 6G, 7G, like that. It is keep on increasing in the backup location. Okay. So what is the solution? So initially, I have a 5 GB data. So I taken a backup in my location. Now it is, so here I'm not talking about compression, non-compression kind of stuff. Just 5 GB, 5 GB wise only. So I have a 5 GB data and it is backup, after backup 5 GB. Then 1 GB is added. So new data is added. Instead of taking, I said take the backup like this, but it will take that new data only, the new or a modified data only it will take. So based on this, what will happen in the in your backup location, it won't occupy more space. Next, add and one more data, so that part of data only will be added, not taking complete data. So this is incremental or a differential backup. Incremental or a differential backup. So what is the difference between incremental or a differential backup? Incremental backup marks it, means this is a file. Okay, this file is backup. Okay, this file is backup. Incremental will mark. Differential won't mark like that. Okay, differential won't mark like that. Guys, again, I'm going to. I think you understand that incremental differential. It means if you take once full backup, so again that backup you need to take a that data again you need to take it. You have to take the backup which is newly created or a modified after the previous backup. So anything new files are created or any files are modified, that modified part only we can able to take it. Okay, so that modified part only will take it. Okay, for example, I created a files f1, f2, f3, each one having a archive attribute a like this. Okay, now I want to take a full backup. When I take a full backup of these files, when I take the full backup of these files, what happen? It removes these yes. It remove these yes. Okay. So what is this meaning? What is the meaning of this one? Sorry. So I want to take a backup of these things. So I taken a backup. So while you are taking full backup, it remove these things. Okay. This is called a full backup. In a copy backup, it won't remove the archive attributes. That is, it does not mark as a. It's showing now. It does not mark as a backup. What is it? After backing up, it don't mark anything. It backups, but it won't mark. It is already backup. You have a list, right? So like this is completed. This is completed. No need to do that. This one. This is repair. Or like that. You put a marking, check marks that type. By removing yes means these are files are backuped already. So you need to take a backup of this one. Even though you said it won't backup. Next, you created a new file like a F4, maybe F5. You created a new file. When you create a new file, automatically for that file, a archive attribute is appears. For example, I modify my F2, then automatically okay f2 file is there, just I modified means I added some line. What happened here? Archive attribute again appears. Now I will take a incremental backup. So while I'm taking incremental backup of this entire data, only file 2, file 3, 4, f5 only will be backup. It won't backup these two things. Why? Because it is already in a backup location. F1, F2, F3 already we taken a backup of these two things. So we don't take a backup. Totally 5 files. Out of 5, only 3 files will be backup. Why? Archive attribute is there. First one is archive attribute is there. So incremental backup check. Archive attribute is there. Backup it. Archive attribute is not there. Don't backup it. So like that it will work. Okay. Next. What is this archive attribute will do? Sorry. Where it is? What is this archive attribute will do? So it incremental backup will remove this archive attributes. It means these are all backup. Incremental backup remove these attributes from the list. Okay, so these files has an archive attribute. They removed after done backup. Once backup is done, so it will remove the archive attributes. So now they don't have any archive attribute. For example, what is a differential backup? In differential backup, okay, these files are having archive attribute. It take the backup of these files only. Differential backup also F2, F4, F5 only. It will take the backup of these files only. But it won't remove these archive attributes. It won't remove the archive attributes. Archive attributes are there in a differential backup. Just you have to read it once more, then you'll understand. Normal backup or a full backup, it will after backup it remove the archive attributes. It means it marked as a backup. Copy backup, it also full backup only. Copy backup also full backup, but it does not mark as a backup. It means it won't remove the archive attributes. Incremental backup. Backup means it backups only the files which is having a archive attribute. Incremental backup only it backs up only the files which is created or modified of since previous backup. Since previous backup. Okay, so it will check the archive attribute is there, so then it will back up those file. If file does not have a archive attribute, it won't take it won't take that kind of files. Okay, that files because it's already marked as a backup. Not backup to files only, it will backup. Incremental means not yet backup, that files only it backup. Differential backup same as incremental backup, difference is it don't mark the files as backup. It will back up the newly archived files only, but after backing up, it won't remove this archive attribute. It means it does not mark as a backup. Again, if you take a differential, what if in differential, again, if you take a differential or any backup you are taking, again, you have to take the backup of these files. So that is a differential. Depends upon a company and organization, they will do it. Again, F1, F2, F3, F4 is there. This is 20 April, 20 April. This is 21 April and 22 April. So I want to take a backup of all these files using daily backup. Daily backup check today's date. So it will back up today's file only, not everyday file, not previous day. Today, what are the files are created? It backups all the today's files. Okay, so this is about your backup types. So schedule backup is also there. What is a schedule backup? We can define when to take backup. When schedule backup means when to take backup. Means maybe now it is at 12:53. Maybe 1 o'clock. Maybe 2 o'clock. Maybe which date? It means you have to define time, date, week, okay, month, year, like this. You can specify a particular thing. So you want to take daily. Do you want to take every day at 8 o'clock evening or morning, or you want to take a backup of every week, like a Friday? Every Friday I would want to take a backup. Okay, or monthly, every month ending I have to take a backup, or first day of the month I want to take a backup, or every year, particular year in a particular month, a particular date, like you want to take a backup. So like that, you can schedule the backup also. Okay, so this is a backup thing. Okay, so backup types are a normal backup, copy backup, incremental backup, daily backup, schedule backup. So what is a normal backup? Again, backup the files and mark as each file as a backup. Normal back also we call it as a full backup. Copy backup, it backups the selected file but does not mark as does not mark any as a backup. Incremental backup backups the selected files only if they are created or modified since the previous backup. Differential backup also incremental backups the selected file only if they were created or modified since previous backup. This is good, but it does not mark them as a backup. Daily backup backups only files that's created and modified it. Next one I said it is not a separate one, so wow, I typed correctly earlier. Now I'm getting this. Typing. Okay. I'll show you the this thing. Uh, now the schedule backup. Okay, we can schedule the backup. This is, I think, different backups are there. Okay, just try read anything for scheduling backup. Okay, what is this schedule? Schedule means we can say like time. First factor is time. So when you want to take a backup, then you want to take a backup. Date and time, which date and which time. So everything fixed with the timing part is important here. Okay, so that is important. Okay, so what date and what time? Okay, or a week. Okay, week means which week it is. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, week and time. So on which and in particular Friday evening, Friday morning, Monday morning, like that. So it's a week, month. Okay, week, month, year. Time, date, week, month, year. So like that. Which year, which month, which date, or which year, which month, which week, and the time. So time is important anyway. So like that. So we can schedule the backup also in a particular time and date wise. Questions. No questions. Okay. So this is it. This is part one.